Hey there. It is Friday, October 19th. We're we're getting close. 2 more weeks till time changes around here. And then we're voting on whether we should do away with that, at least here in California. Or permanently stay on daylight saving time. Not a fan of it. I get up early and it's dark. It's really dark now till like 7 o'clock. So, okay, here is what has been going on. This week, I think I mentioned this last week, but there's been sort of a slowdown in the action here because I have to switch video editing programs, and so I got a little bit of a grip on Adobe Premiere now. Is what I've decided to bite the bullet and give up my Apple affiliation and not slip into their Final Cut 10 or X range. So the first couple things I tried to put together were some snapshots. I hope you guys like these. Anyway, one of my all-time favorite songs. It is catchy. Sylvia, of course, written by the star. I think I put down some of the story on this. Tace von Leer was the keyboard player, kind of musical inspiration in Focus. And it was a song he had written a couple of years before, and kind of threw it away. He had lyrics to it and everything, and Sylvia, the woman he wrote it for, didn't like it, so he just kind of shelved it. But somehow, as he got Focus together and Jan Akkerman joined the band, it turned into one of their pretty cool tunes. And it was really fun to arrange that for guitar. Might have to get to a lesson on that someday if anybody thinks they'd like to tackle it. The other one with I've told you a lot of the story about Imagine That, I think, but once I started trying to just get a good take of it, I decided it was time to, well, let's put a lesson together for it, because I'd gotten a few requests from people who'd like to try it. And it's one, I'm afraid it's deceptively difficult. I think it's not as user-friendly as it seems, because it seems kind of slow, but you see there are nasty stretches in there. You can work on that one. If you can make that one, the stretch 7, 8, 9 up here on the first string with your second, third, and fourth fingers, and the G and the bass at the 5th fret, mid drop D here. And then there are some of these hinge bars with the second finger, using your second finger for 2 notes at the 3rd fret, and your 3rd finger making a little D minor shape, then getting a bass note on either the 4th string or the 6th and the 4th, an extra hinge bar. So I forgot how complicated some of that is when I started doing the lesson. And I think I did mention this in the text about it, that I shot the lesson with my old copy of the music that was written in Finale back in 2002, and I can't get Finale to work anymore without investing another $500 in the program, probably. Maybe not that, but I figured, it only took a little while. But I decided after I shot the lesson I should redo the music, and so some of the stuff I refer to in the lesson could be a little bit confusing. While I was in drop D, well, wait, let me finish that story. No, don't bother. It's just that as people start working on that, keep me posted as if there's something in there that doesn't make sense, because this was a kind of an experiment, Made me think about my other songs in drop D. There it is. Changes keys. I'm going to skip that part. Well, anyway, goes off into D minor. That one's called Montaña de Oro, Gold Mountain, Mountain of Gold, Spanish, sort of here in California. But I don't play that many drop D things, so I'm not. It's pretty fun though to mess around with it. It gives you some opportunities to do stuff you couldn't do otherwise. What else have I been playing lately? Little Jolt. Wait a minute. It sucks. Okay, let's get it better this time. I lied, I haven't been playing this. Well, anyway, never mind. I got to get back to that one too. Like I said, like I mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm trying to get back to some old tunes, and I have so many that are not on CDs anyway. Here's another one of my favorites. that repeats. Next part, I don't think I can remember it. Okay, sorry. Self-indulgent here. That one's called Along the Way. And someday I have so many songs that I have never put on CDs. I got to get to it. I think it's time to make a couple new albums. And I have a bunch of old live stuff too. Anyway, okay, enough about me. How's everybody else out there doing? Oh, wait. You'll have to put that in writing. What else happened this week? Max brought us a song, Alice in Chains. It's always cool. Max brings up some really cool stuff. Last week we had The Doors. And this week some Alice in Chains. Anyway, I've Just Seen a Face was one that I worked on with Bill here a few weeks ago, and we went off into a lot of other things. I think I still haven't put up the last part of that, but we ended up talking about some other songs. We work on some finger picking stuff. We work on Anyway, that's coming up hopefully next week in the last part of Bill's lesson. What else do I want to talk about? Last thing, I want to give you some hints on one more hint about reflection of my life. Last week I talked about getting an idea of how the melody goes. We have 3 melody notes in each measure. Slightly different in the 4th measure. So, if you could figure out what beats of the measure those notes happen on. 2, 3, 4, 8. They happen on the last couple 8th notes in the measure. So what you could do for the rest of the measure is play just a little arpeggio of notes in whatever chord you're on. So if anybody's working on that, get started with that, but I will try to have something a little more formal and organized on that next week. We'll see. There's a few other obstacles. This doing stuff with, I want to say Dreamweaver, with Premiere takes a lot longer right now, but that's only because I've only been using it for a week or so. But pretty soon I should be back into quick editing mode and stuff like that. Do I have anything else I want to talk about? I want to thank Willem for logging in on the forum and talking about Sylvia, and maybe I would love it if Jan Ackerman would weigh in on this. It's always kind of cool when I get messages from people who, like it happened with Mason Williams and stuff, where he got wind of what I had done with some of his songs and got a hold of me and said, well, I think I got a hold of him first, but he was totally willing to talk about it and was happy with what I did with his Smothers Brothers theme. So that was kind of a cool event in my life. Not as it's like the meeting Renborn. Okay, stop. Okay, get out of here. I got to get back to work. Got to go do some more tutorials on Premiere, and I hope everybody has a good weekend and week, and keep playing. This song I'm way out of shape on. Oh, it's such a big stretch. There we go. Got to be ready for it. I'm misplaying all my classical stuff. Okay, back next week.